to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have a quorum. We got the consent agenda. Anything to be removed from the consent agenda or anything to be discussed? I'll abstain from approval just because I was not here to approve the minutes. So.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Let's do all that. Okay, first up, we have department head reports. We have township assistants and HR. I assume you're gonna do both of you.
Sure.
Okay.
The township assistance is going just as well as it always has. Numbers have been kind of leveling off here lately. We have seen some big increases in utility bills that have finally came through, that we've started paying this month, so that number should jump significantly when the May report comes out. So, any questions about township assistance? Okay. HR has been steady as ever, working through getting all of the summer hires onboarded so that they're ready to go this coming weekend. We did have one paramedic resignation in April. There was only 6 full staff to count on in April. Most of them came on in the month of May. 5 extended care and 1 advanced staff. So May numbers will jump up quite a bit because of the pool and camp staff.
Is everything covered for the pool? Good. Cool.
I said, there's just a handful of them left that we're waiting to get through onboarding and we'll be good to go.
Great.
Just tell them
Great.
they're volunteering if they don't finish their paperwork.
There you go. Okay, you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. Next up, parks.
All right, all hiring has been done at the,
Oh, sorry.
at the pool. We have concessions is all returning, so that's great. All we had to go over with them is just the updated items on our menu. And then we have several new lifeguards, several returning lifeguards, so we feel really good about it. We may do a second wave of lifeguards, it just depends because we've had so many pool rentals coming in. So we just like to make sure we have plenty with all the things that our staff has going on in the summer. We want to make sure we're very flexible with their schedule. Something new that we've added this year is some nonverbal communication, since the pool is designed for ADA accessibility and to be inclusive. One of the complaints that we've had in the past is that kids don't understand what the lifeguards are telling them, and they don't have a way to communicate with lifeguards. So we actually brought in Kelly Lacey, who works for Danville Schools, and she did some training on nonverbal communication, nonverbal cues. She also made little cards to put on their lifeguard packs to where they can point to different things that the kids will understand. We also have nonverbal communication signs at our concessions window and our concessions and admissions window. And so we're hoping this is just one extra level. We'll also have parents and children will have the option to get wristbands if they are nonverbal. And so that way our lifeguards know to just do a little bit of extra steps with those particular patrons. So we're hoping that just helps improve the experience for everybody there. Next we have at PCAR, we did 7 different field trips this month, which is the highest number of field trips we've done. And so on those field trips, we included the Glow Lab, the archery range, and then also now we can do fishing. You can see on our report, we did stock the pond over at PCAR. So that's been one extra benefit that everybody's really enjoyed. And then we also won a grant through the Parks Foundation of Hendricks County to do a Wild World of Nature series. So this just gives kids an opportunity to come free and have a more hands-on experience learning different aspects of nature. For example, we have a giant planetarium coming. We have a giant globe where kids can actually get inside and see different climate changes. So it'll be really exciting. We have one a month starting in June. And so we are actually starting with the whale mobile, and we're already advertising for that one as well. And then for our programs division, we have finalized our summer concert series. We'll have 2 concerts at Murphy and 2 concerts at the amphitheater, including one of those concerts that will be our food truck festival. And then we're getting ready for all of the pool events. We have several pool events coming up. And so we have been advertising those very heavily. We're excited about those, including one called Moving at Murphy, which is a water aerobics class. I've sat in on some of the trainings for those, and so we're really excited about bringing that program here. For our maintenance division, we started our maintenance management software, which has been going really well. It's really helpful on the analytics side because now I can see which buildings are having the most tickets done. I can also see which employees are doing the most tickets, but I can also see how long it takes. So we like this feature because now in our annual report, we'll be able to tell you actually how many hours we actually spent on mowing. It'll help us on our budgeting side and also help us on our staff side as well. So our maintenance has been really good and really patient, and so they're getting the hand of that. And then for our camps, as you can recall, our numbers used to be 250 at Lily. We changed those to 3 as a request from Lily, and we're almost at capacity for every week now. So that's exciting. The Lily parents really love our program. Our numbers keep climbing for our Explorer camp as well. And then our preschool camp at PCAR was so big, we had to add a couple extra weeks. So everyone's getting excited. We're just in that last minute rush these next 2 weeks to get everything done before the pool opens and before summer camp. And then our hours will start to level out. We have already opened up registration for Explorer Extended Care, and we did our year-end review with the school. They are very happy, and so are we. And so we're excited for the next school year to begin. And parents have already been signing up for next year's registration as well. And then I put on your desks, we knew this year our marketing division did summer recreation guides. And so that guide includes May all the way until August. This was Calvin's first time doing anything like this, and it turned out really, really great. So I just wanted to make sure we gave him a special shout out. And you can also find this document on our website as well. And you can see just the additions to the videos he's been doing. Our marketing numbers have really been climbing, and you can see those in our reports that we have. I know you guys have had a chance to look at the revenue report. Do you have any questions about anything?
I like the training.
Yes. Me too. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, fire.
I think I can double that time.
All right. The paramedic resignation. She went on to become a nurse at St. Francis. I'm not going to be all these guys. We're going to have indefinite paramedic hirings. So that's just an unfortunate thing that we're at now. So I actually went to the merit board and asked if we could leave that posting open indefinitely. So we're no longer going to have a close on it. As we populate that group of medics that we need to fill openings, we'll gather them up, interview them, score them, bring them to the merit commission, let them do their process. And then any other applicants we have, we'll say for a rainy day, whenever another one decides to go be a nurse, because I think we have 5 or 6 left. Positive note, we have a firefighter who came to us who was a nurse, who is actually going to an accelerated school to become a paramedic. Positive trend there. So contradiction of everything else that's happened. Anyway, the paramedic thing, is it a problem? We have 6 openings. 3 of them are in recruit class. We retained them. They're just not a paramedic anymore, right? The other 3, one's a nurse in Ohio, one's a nurse at St. Francis, and another one the one went to Chicago to be a medic, not competing with Chicago Fire. And then we have one that's turned in a resignation, but she's paying back trades and doing all that. And it's like a month from now. And she's just graduated nursing school, got in the ER at Eskenazi. So again, celebrate the progress, right? At least our medics aren't sticking around, but they're also moving on in life, and to some of them moving forward. So different lifestyles. On from our paramedics, we'll move into the awards banquet. EMT of the Year, Matt Smith. I just walked in on a conversation with him today. He's one of our laterals that came from Terre Haute. This is his second year in a row winning the award. He says the award will be won by him every year while he's here, and we will name it after him. And he said next year that I promised him he could speak if he wins it again. So I went ahead and promised him that, even though I walked in on that story. Firefighter of the Year, Trent Mahaney, another person that's been here just under 5 years, making a huge impact on our department. Officer of the Year, Joe Kaufman. Joe comes to us from Zionsville Fire, 10 years in the profession. Officer of the Year here. Paramedic of the Year, Jackie Witham. Jacqueline is another one of our paramedic members who is also a registered nurse. So, but we're keeping her for a while. Additionally, I awarded the Award of Merit to Levi Carpenter, Jacob Bryant. Levi has been one that I've brought up in front of you guys many times, saying he's just running with the division. We've added a person there. They've got the drone program. We bought them all new trucks. They have all the cameras and the 360 cameras and all the tools and everything he's wanted and asked for. But they're also going out and working with police, rebuilding crime scenes, indoors and outdoors. They're using all those tools for investigations, and they've done a great job of networking inside and outside the county and working with all of our law enforcement officials, other departments, and the prosecutor's office. Hard not to recognize Levi if I'm going to brag about him all the time. Jacob Bryant's one, sub 5 year guy, was a paramedic here, transitioned over to the fire side. He kind of blazed that trail that we've continued before I got here. Jacob, what he did was a run, not in our area. It was up in Brownsburg. The building collapsed the night of the storms. Yeah, that's not finished right. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, we messed that up. Okay, you owned it, but what are we going to do to fix it? The easy thing to do is buy it into contingency. So to answer your question, right now we're fighting over contingency to be able to answer that, but we're down into the tens of thousands of dollars, not hundreds of thousands. So from zero, we're tens of thousands away, but where we're going to land right now, it's the accountability of them. But okay, great, you owned it, but in your contract. So this came in a series of for lack of a better term, Bob sent a lot of emails yesterday. We'll call them rage emails. In their contract, they have the right to hold the contractor accountable. So hold them accountable. Don't go after contingency. And that's just being stewards of the money, right? So that's the fight right now. It's all going to be fixed, but is it paid for by you eating the dollar or by us paying it out of contingency? Our job is to fight for the contingency. Their job is to just get it done. We'll see how that works.
Well, and that's why I asked the question, just having been through a lot of construction
Mhm.
builds and stuff like that. It typically comes down to contingency, and some see contingency as just, well, we're going to get that. But I view contingency dollars as either one of two things: poor planning or poor execution. Now, there is a
Yes.
third category of sometimes mistakes are happening, people just miss things, or something happens regulatory wise, we want to change something, but poor planning and poor execution. And that's not necessarily on us. It's usually in the design. It's usually in design and construction working together. And as we look at next projects,
That's why
How
we're
do
looking
you-
at the next
yeah, how
project
do you-
the way we are.
how do you look at maybe what happened with contingency, but then even do some level of a post-mortem, if you will, and how they answer to that and say, hey, after the fact, you guys didn't communicate this with the darn, and design and construction didn't communicate very well. And then you didn't communicate with, I think those are just things
I think what we're getting back to is less design and construction and more design and engineering. Would you say that?
You have somebody that subbed out to, you have an architect who subbed out to engineering, civil engineering. They don't do it.
but they own that.
They own it, because I don't have a contract with them. Correct. Yeah, they have a contract between them.
We don't have the contract with them.
They're-
Those are our
So
debates,
again,
yeah.
They still own it, but that's really just to make it.
Right.
They're relying on somebody to be a subject expert and they're being billed.
Yeah.
They also follow the proper-
What they have done is come to us with their engineering contract and said they want more money. And the answer was, that's not our contract.
Right.
That's yours. So that's your problem.
Right.
That's where we're living right
and,
now.
and if it was something that was missed and it would have been done anyways, don't pay a premium for it now when people aren't on site. Pay what the rate was when it was. I mean, you guys are doing
All the
that.
same
Just-
things.
It's just
And some
more.
of the
It's
money,
just stuff that I just have
areas
to say.
we
and
saved.
as a steward of those dollars,
Yeah.
I have to say that because I just see. I'm not knocking on construction and design, but if a discipline isn't put into place, they can tend to just kind of suck those dollars in, and those are our dollars. I mean, they really are. So, super easy.
Contract that, yeah, put back the loan maybe way they can, so that's what their documents, say, you stated this, you have to go and do that.
I told them you were sending rage emails yesterday. That's what I just finished saying.
Well,
before
it's
you
just
walked
this
in.
time is the hardest time
Yeah.
now after you've moved in and all the stuff is getting them to get it cleaned up and do it the right way, and
Mm-hmm.
they kind of move on sometimes. So.
Now, I will tell you where we have saved and we have realized savings. We went from an asphalt parking lot to a concrete one. So we've spent our money in a better way for long-term
Right.
upkeep and maintenance. Yeah, we've spent some extra dollars in the tens of thousands, but nothing in the six figures.
But if installed right, it should last longer.
Yes, that was the whole idea. Correct. They were already doing the drive. Pour that here. We have a savings. Go ahead and apply it. We can make those decisions. They shouldn't be making them for us. Anything else you want to add? You just came back from there.
All right. Next up, we don't think we have any old business, new business. We have insurance renewal.
So yeah, it's time again for our property casualty insurance renewal. So we did have that meeting. And so we do have increase in our overall, but we're talking single digit increased numbers versus some of the other clients that are insurance carrier has, which is seeing substantially higher than where we're at, which is a good thing in the world that we live in. An area that we talked about last year that I am equally as proud of this year was our work comp. The experience mod dropped a good amount again. This is something that, as we've focused more on, the health and safety of our people and, making sure that people are fit and, have proper equipment and the proper tools to do the jobs the right way. Like we want to see a reduction in work comp claims. And so that's an area that we did see a substantial reduction. We actually have two options available to us that Ashley and I have been reviewing for the work comp carrier. We know that our current carrier is getting out of the work comp business, and if we sign with them this year, we won't be able to sign with them again next year. So regardless, we're going to have to make a change in the work comp world. Both of the options that we have are substantial savings versus where we are this year, right now, today. So that's a good thing. One of them is substantially more of a savings than the other one. There were some contingencies that we kind of tied with that one. And as far as some discussion goes, kind of what we were looking for as far as the service on our end. And I believe we just received word this morning that it sounds like that we're going to be able to, I guess for a lack of a better way to say it, we're going to get it our way, which is going to allow us, the same level of care, the same type of care, everything that we've been working with. Again, all of these things that we've been stressing that are important to our employees, that's going to get to continue. We're still going to see significant savings in what we're paying for work comp. And so it's kind of a win-win in that world. So I'm real happy about that as well. So that's something that we're going to be just reviewing all the final numbers to make sure that all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, to make sure that, again, we have everything that has been agreed to appropriately documented, and we'll be signing that renewal sooner than later. The 30th, I believe, is is our deadline for that. So we still have some time, but yeah, that's certainly coming up soon, but something we have been working on over this last week or so to make sure that we had the best deal that we could get moving forward with our insurance. As far as the experience mod goes, again, I'm in my world, I'm like, all right, we dropped it 2 years in a row. Like, we're going to be even better next year. And they were like, you're about as low as you guys are going to get in the lines of work that we have. We're about there. But no, that's good. I mean, we have focused a lot on, again, appropriate equipment, the physical fitness for the fireside, the proper gear, the different things that we've been doing. It's good to see, some of those dividends are coming back our way now. So I am proud and happy about that.
Okay. Next up is resolution 05192026/01.
So the surplus property that you have on there, the items that are on there today are not items that you're going to see on there in the future moving forward. If you remember, at least for Shane and Steve, a couple years ago, we changed the dollar amount associated with the equipment that needed to be on that list for us moving forward, because just everything in this world costs more. As it sits now, with the rules that were previously approved by the board, you won't see things like recliners and box springs or mattresses put on that list moving forward. So this is just something that we wanted to get in front of the board. We are trying to make sure that our the list of equipment that we do have is accurate and reflected appropriately. So we did want to bring these items to the board, seeking your approval so that we can not only make sure that we have all of the equipment we say that we have, but then clean up the list to make sure that that it is an accurate reflection of the equipment that we truly do have.
I think I'll pass.
Yeah.
I move we adopt resolution 05192026-01, declaring surplus equipment.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay, really next up, do we have any public comment or wishes to be heard?
I just wanted to give a special thank you to Ashley and for all the hiring that was last month. Last month they hired over 100 people. That's a lot of, I can't find this link. I don't know where my paperwork is. I didn't see your email. And so I just
What do I
appreciate
put?
the patience with that.
What do I put
It's a
here?
lot of getting people hired to make sure that we can run a safe camp and a safe school. So I just want to make sure that our mission is covered.
Nicely done. Okay. Any other public comments or wishes to be heard? All right, if not, we just need a motion to adjourn at 3:34.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.